So it's still your girl Kunamalo, and my mom had this blended raw groundnuts for me. So I decided to make groundnut soup out of it. These are my ingredients, and here's how we go about it. Starting with my brothings, as you all know, I don't cook that often, so anytime I want to cook, I usually buy a batch of ingredients that I want to cook. So right now I'm just going to introduce all my ingredients one after the other to you all. Here we go. So I'm using just beef and soft pomo as my animal, or let's say land proteins, for this recipe. Terrestrial animal proteins. Yeah, I think the others are like fish from water. So here's my beef and the pomo. Okay. You can see I lightly seasoned them already before I'll start to cook. So guys, here's my fresh fish. I already seasoned lightly. So guys, I also have my smoked fish, dry fish, and flaked bonga fish for this recipe. So this this flaked bonga fish was from like this much of bonga fish, about like 5 of them. I flaked. Give me this. So guys, I do have some periwinkles for this recipe because I love to add periwinkles, especially these types in my soups. And I have some soft momo chopped too, as you can see. So these are bite size and the kind I can just take with each scoop of soup, and they are seasoned already with pepper and savory seasoning, salt, So I'll be using them. And guys, the last but not the least from my animal proteins generally is my ground crayfish, which I have here. Crayfish, it highlights, enhances the flavor of soups, so it's a definite must add. So guys, here we have the start of this recipe, the blended granules that my mama gave to me, and I basically group together the ingredients I'm gonna toast and blend again. Yeah, because I'm gonna reblend this, I have to toast. This is raw granules and this is the roasted one. You can use any kind you want for this recipe, literally. So I'm gonna toast all this and blend. So this is locust beans, the dry one. This is uziza seed, and this is ehuru, and just little pepper. So I'll basically be toasting and blending them all together. These are not all the seasonings I'm using for this recipe, but these will go in together. I'm basically gonna toast them together and reblend. Yeah, I'll be blending this again. Even though this is powdered already, these are my granules, let's say the blended raw one, and I have this one, I have my dry locust beans, my uziza seed, ehuru, and little pepper. So I just hope you get what I mean, but you will see the process. Thank you. Guys, some people actually use peanut butter for this recipe, so but we are using groundnut paste, okay? So guys, here are the rest of my ingredients. I have concentrated tomato paste. I have this onga soup, and I have pepper soup seasoning sachets. I have bouillon cubes, no Nigerian bouillon cubes, and then I have ginger and garlic for cooking the meat. I have some dry pepper and salt. So these are basically all the other seasonings I'm gonna be using for this recipe. This ginger and garlic is just for the meat, and I'll just use as required for this recipe. So guys, I got some onions too for this recipe, but these onions are basically just to boil my meat with. Okay, so here's my red onions for this recipe. So guys, we're getting to the end of it all. Here are my veggies for this recipe. I have my bitter leaves and my scent leaves. Guys, this kind of veggies is really optional in this recipe. You can make the soup like that without veggies, but I just choose to add veggies to mine. So you can use that. You can use only scent leaves, you can use only bitter leaves, or you can use even green amaranthus. But I just decided to do a little of bitter leaves and little of scent leaves for the soup. Okay. Not forgetting my palm oil. palm oil is very literally optional in this recipe, especially as I'm using concentrated tomato paste, little of it, which will help me even redden the soup a bit. So guys, the first step in this recipe will be to toast our groundnuts and ehuru and xoxo seeds. Those stuff I showed you guys before. All this, I'm going to be toasting them right now. And here's my pan for the toasting already on here, on my stove burner, ready to kickstart the process. Our first step in this recipe will be to toast our groundnuts, African calabash nutmeg, the xoxo seeds, that's the hot leaf seed. So basically all this stuff I showed you before. So here's my pan on my stove already for the process. This is the pan, my toasting pan. Here they are. I'm basically going to be toasting all this and then blending, okay? So guys, the heat is on now. Place your pan on heat and make sure it's very dry. So the hair is in too. And my xoxo seeds are in now. I begin to toasting already because it's in high heat. So I stir up a bit, and then guys, you guys notice I broke down the dry locust beans before adding. So it's already toasting because the heat is on. I stir a bit and go in with the groundnuts. Stir up. Since I'm basically blending these peppers with them, so let me add it now. So you know how to toast. You just stir it up to brown a bit in a dry pan. Guys, after toasting this first added ones a bit, the peppers, causing some heat. I'm gonna add in the blended one. So guys, but don't allow your spices to burn. Toasting it off camera. Here's what I'm basically doing. I'm just, stirring it up. I'm not gonna let it burn. I just want all the moisture to dry off, and better if it starts to brown. Then I'll blend it. So guys, after toasting for a bit, at this point I add about this much, a tablespoon of crayfish, the ground crayfish, and keep on toasting because I want all the moisture to go off. So it's not burning yet, but the crayfish has browned it some more. The ground crayfish I just added. So that's what I'll basically do. So because I don't want the time of this video to be so long, I'll just continue toasting it off camera, and when I'm done, you'll see the consistency, how well it was toasted before I got it off heat. So guys, I think it's just beginning to brown a bit under it, so I'll soon be done toasting it, okay? Yeah. So guys, I've switched off my heat. I've toasted it. Can you see the bits of brown? Yeah, I've toasted it to the level I want at this stage, because I'm not gonna let it burn before I blend it all up, okay, for my soup. So guys, at this point I have my onion, ginger, garlic just for boiling my meat. You can chop up your onions and add, but I just want to blend it for boiling my meat. So I have them in the blender right now. So with little water added, here we go. So guys, just my terrestrial protein is on heat now. Added pepper, salt, bouillon cubes, and little tomato paste. So I want to cook the meat with tomato paste. And now I pour in my blend. This is my onion, garlic, ginger blend in the meat now. Put it up and leave it to cook in their own juice before I can add any water. The concentrated tomato puree very well. Okay, so what we have here is just our soft momo and beef. As you can see, we've not added the other proteins, so I'll let them steam in their own juices till the water is nearly dry. Guys, I have my toasted ingredients right now. That's our powdered raw granules, the roasted granules, the African calabash nutmeg, the what else did we, the dry locust beans, So I ordered everything, including the pepper we toasted. Everything is in here. I'm gonna add some water for ease of blending. Here we go, guys. So guys, as you can see, the water in the meat is almost dry, if you can see through the smoke. So I'm about to add water. So guys, I've added some water. As you can see, it's a bit thick and silky smoky already because of the concentrated tomato paste in it. So at this stage, I will go ahead and add little oil. Guys, this much of oil is what I'm going to be using in this recipe. I'll go ahead and add it because it doesn't need so much water. Okay, because it doesn't need so much oil, rather. I'm sorry about that. I added oil, not water. So I'll be adding my smoked bunga fish now, my dry fish right now. So the pot is really smoking right now. So I'll let it boil a bit before I add the rest of my ingredients for this recipe, okay? So guys, our soup is boiling again and looking so rich. Maybe it's not going to let you all see it. Now that the soup is boiling again, I'm adding my crayfish. Yeah, I've added 1 big spoon of crayfish and I think I'll add a bit more. So I'm adding another one. So you will just season your stew the way you want, okay? So my soup is a bit thicker now. I'm adding my crayfish. Can you see? So guys, I'm pouring in my peanut blend now. I'm pouring in the toasted and blended, like the style of this recipe, toasted peanuts powder and roasted peanuts, calabash nutmeg, dry, what do you call it, dry locust beans. So our meat boiled, I added crayfish, and now this. So here it is after adding the blend. Here is how our soup is looking now, and it's so super thick. I have to rinse my blender and add more water so it can cook a bit, because I'm still gonna add some fish in here, and it's thick like this. If I leave it like this, the soup will burn. So I'm gonna add more liquid. Okay. So loving our consistency. Here's what we have now. You can see it looking super rich and okay. So guys, I rinsed our blender, my blender that I blended with. Here's the water into the soup pot. So I'll add little more water. So guys, here's the last batch of liquid I'm adding. I'll stir it in. Guys, at this point I want to add little more oil. Yeah. To help the color of it. So, but I'm sure it will darken as it cooks. I'm sure it will darken some more, okay? So guys, I'm really loving the consistency of this soup at this stage. So I wanted to add my fish now, but I'll wait. Let it just boil a bit and then I'll add my fresh fish. Because I don't want it to scatter in the soup. Okay? So if your own was harder, you can add it now. So you just use your initiative. The soup is already darkening, by the way. Yeah. So I'll wait for it to like simmer properly and boil before adding my fish. And after my fish, what will be left is my veggies and my other proteins, which I'll add my veggies just close when I'm adding veggies. So guys, it's boiling again, and I think the salt level is okay. Like I don't need to add any much salty seasoning. So right now I'm going in with my pepper soup seasoning and just a little of onga soup, which is savory, because like it's savory enough. I don't need to add too much salty seasoning so that my soup won't be salty. So that's my onga soup seasoning. And guys, at this stage I'll be adding my fresh fish into the into the soup. I didn't pre-cook it. I'm just adding it so that it will cook in the soup, okay? So here's how we do. Always scrape up the sides of your pots. And I'll stir everything and let it cook for a bit before I add my smoked fish. Because that's the softest of them all. Our beef is almost ready by now. So you taste and adjust the seasoning. I think mine is just okay. So guys, not long after I added my fresh fish, I'll be adding my first set of veggies, which is bitter leaf, so that they'll cook along. You know, you don't actually need so much. You don't need so much veggies for this recipe, okay? Yeah, just a little, so that you can cook along. This is not bitter leaf soup, this is groundnut soup, okay? So I'll also be adding scent leaves. Right now, the next thing I'm going to do is to cut up my scent leaves. And once I cut it up, I'm going to be adding them. And I've not forgotten my smoked fish, guys. So I'll be adding it in no distant time, okay? I'm going to be adding my smoked fish. So guys, it's time to add my smoked fish. I removed the head because I don't like the head in my, oh my god, in my soup. It just fell in before I finished talking. I'm adding our periwinkles and soft, common bite-sized cubes. So I'm doing, I'll stir everything properly till well combined and well mixed, okay? And next thing now, I'm going to add my chopped scent leaf. So guys, you can see the color of the soup. The soup is simmering beautifully. I'm sorry for the smell, guys, but you guys need to be aware of when I'm adding things. So here's when I add the scent leaves. And after the scent leaves, wow, the soup will soon be ready, because the scent leaves is basically the last thing you add. Guys, you need to try this soup. You need to try any recipe I post. After a few minutes, you might not really be able to see the beauty of this pot of soup because of how it looks in my camera. But after a few minutes, in my phone camera, here's what we have. Sumptuous, luscious, perfect tasting groundnut soup. So always test and see if you need to correct your seasoning. You can see my dry fish. Yeah. So I think I'll take it off heat now. Groundnut soup and fufu. Here's our fufu. You see how well shaped it is. Spotless. Who loves groundnut soup? Here's one for you. A nice plate of Pinamalo's groundnut soup. So guys, I just want to ask, what's the better way to enjoy this interesting tasting? And there's lots of Mirinda. If you personal something, what you enjoy my delicacy? It's so good. So good. Enjoy it because it's only to make it for you. And that's with fish in it right now. guys, not with nice. Hope my reaction there we go. Guys, this especially the bread to pieces. Yeah, and also do something, okay? So catch your later, guys. You guys, if you serve your vegetable soup, please take it. Can you serve your vegetable soup like